I see your girl Dima Arts and Crafts and see on the history of Igala land. I am right at the Inikpi Shrine. So, sir, I will appreciate if you tell us the history behind the Inikpi Shrine.
Yes, in a summary, first and foremost, I'm Madam Usman Igala Benin. The statue you are seeing behind us is the shrine of Inikpi Oma-Idoko. Inikpi Oma-Idoko is a reverend in the whole Igala kingdom. We love him so much because of the love she showed us. We decided to call her Oma-Idoko because he really demonstrated that love. He was Jesus of their time. That's the war between the Benin and Igala kingdom was about to come up. As usual, the Ata, that is the diviner of the Ata, decided not to browse, and they came up. The gods demanded for a royal blood to sacrifice. But the father found it difficult to tell her and even announce to the public, but still the news got to her ears. And now came up, went to the father because he saw that the father was worried. As the father looked so worried, and so he's the only daughter of the father. That's the then Ata Ayegba Oma-Idoko.
She was the only daughter then?
That's the only daughter. The rest are male. And he so much cherished, if I can say love is understatement. But how can gods demand the apple of the palace? So when this demand came up, the father found it difficult to announce this news. But the news got to her ear, and voluntarily, willingly went to the father, asked so many times what is really worrying, what is bothering the father. Along the line, either she was informed graphically or the gods directed, I don't know. But according to the other tradition and other materials like James Boston, Short History of Igala Kingdom by Philip Okoli, Yusuf Etu, Dr. Tomiyashi, and others, said he went to the father and said, if he requires my life, let me give out my life. Wow. So the moment he pronounced this, tears started dribbling down from the eyes of the father. To see a royal father of that magnitude, His Royal Majesty Ata Ayegba, to cry for this thing. If you go there, by the time you get to palace, you see the greeting from the women. That's the meaning of Amideju. The females are greeting. If the father says I will live, I will live forever. If you ask me to die, I will die. That is to say, he can sentence any person to death anytime. So the life of the city or the subjects is in his hand. So it's the next to God. So if you see somebody of that magnitude now seeing tears coming out, even the sacrifice requires millions of slaves, he can afford it. But this one now, this costly demand from the God. If he now love the kingdom, Igala, to now save his people from being enslaved by the Benin kingdom, he should now do that costly sacrifice. And there's nothing he can do. And the daughter insisted, no matter he tried to convince her. So and that is why you see many of us who reverend her very well. So at that junction, people now look at it that she really loved the kingdom with her whole heart and gave out herself, and she was buried along with other 9 slaves. So it's prominent because she's from the royal family. All other ones are silent, and we cannot go there because of time. And now the research, as time goes on, we'll be able to see some of their names, and they'll make it public.
So do you people perform anything to appease her, sacrificing herself for the people?
Yes, if you look at it there, you see some cloth there. Some individuals, family, and some people, though there's a priest in charge, when the needs arise, they will offer the sacrifice. But every morning, the priest goes around to collect all food stuff. If you can see, they pour it there as part of libation. So, and that is now to appease him for the self-sacrifice. So, and that's why people come. If you look at it, people are developing, some organizations are developing it for tourist attraction. Some club like Rotaract Club of Ga. So and all these things. So everybody, because of the history, and people come from far and near now to come and see the statues because they have read much about it.
Do the Igala people have a particular day in a year that they perform sacrifice or perform anything to celebrate her sacrifice?
Yeah, no. Before it was. But after some time when Christianity and Islam came in, most of the Atas we have been having are either devoted Muslim or devoted Christian. So they are forgetting much about it.
So the only thing they do is to, like the priest in charge of the Inikpi shrine,
when
go around.
When it demands, the Ata brings some money. You know, we have the chief priest, the Atebo, we have Oyuga. All those people are the bearded chiefs in the Ata's palace. But when he demands sacrifice, he goes out and come back and say, Ata, this is it. If it's require collecting, some individuals are ready to donate anytime, provided it's something human being can provide. But almost every day, he goes around, collect rice, beans, and all these things, throw it there.
Was she buried here?
Yes, according to according to the diviner, it should be buried along the river bank, and this is the river bank, and you can see the natural boundary, yes, that demarcated the Edo State and Ida and Kogi State. If you cross now, you get to Aganabode. You can see their roof over there. So you just get there, you are in another state, another region entirely.
All right. It's all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is, there's mystery, serious mystery behind Inikpi. For her to sacrifice herself in this, I don't even think if I can. Let me use myself as an example. Before I would think of sacrificing myself, I will have to think and think. But this one, she had to sacrifice herself,
yes, to
save the people. Wow. But how many persons were buried together with her?
Along with her,
yeah.
There were 9.
9 persons.
But I cannot give you their names now.
In the same grave.
They laid them on the ground, then and sat her on top of them.
Top.
Yes.
She was the last person on top.
Yes.
Did they win the war after she sacrificed herself for the people?
Yes. The Igala won the war, and there was no physical war because when the warriors were prepared to come in, so what they saw was fire. Because what happened in the first place, the first attempt, people went there and conquered it. That's why you see that blouse, the Ata is wearing, beju ailo, is from that Benin. So they said the Benin described the Igala soldier that no iron pierced their skin. But there was one thing, they were warned by the priest not to dare sleep with any of their women, because that is the Benin women. But when they come to discover that no iron pierced their skin, they started to give some of those soldiers who were on surveillance, who were planted there, drinks and their women. So at the end of it all, you know, they came with this Portuguese guns and all these things. So when they now ran back, the rest people, Atana asked them to go back, that he told one them never to dare sleep with any of their women, and then you now defaulted, so you don't want to accommodate you. Now is another story, another day, and that's why most of the people living along the river side, the Ibaji people are still Igala. They were the warriors. So, but when they came with full force with the modern war equipment, when they got to the river bank, what they were seeing was flame of fire all over. So they have to run back. So we won the war because their intention was to conquer Igala and take them as slaves. Today we are still living freely as the citizen of Igala Kingdom.
So the flood,
yes, no matter the magnitude of the flood, It can only reach here. No water, it don't even dare go in there.
Even through the entrance here?
It can't come even to the entrance here. It stops there. So seizing in and out that will be, since all this flood we have been witnessing since our bed, we never see one day water. It can even take up to this level, but it will not come here.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
I
you
appreciate
for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, viewers. The statues behind me is the statues of Inikpi. Am I correct?
Yes, Inikpi Oma-Idoko Baba.
The name is very long.
The lover of his father, of her father.
Okay. According to the history behind the statues there, she sacrificed herself to save her people during the war, and at the end of the sacrifice, the people won the war during the time. So, thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow me, still your girl Adima Arts and Crafts. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Follow me on all my social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.